stop. Before you ignore that feeling. Before you say, it will pass. Before you wait and see what happens. Because what I'm about to tell you is not something you should delay. Here's the truth. There are moments when your body doesn't whisper. It doesn't send soft signals. It sends urgent ones. Signals that mean something needs attention now, not later. And the most dangerous part? Most people hesitate. They wait. They minimize. They hope it will go away. But this is where it gets serious. Because when your body asks for help immediately, waiting can make things worse. Most people don't know this. After years of observing patterns, I can tell you clearly, your body has different levels of signals. Some are early, some are subtle, and some are urgent. And if you don't recognize the difference, you risk missing the moment that matters most. Now think about this. Have you ever felt something sudden, a sharp discomfort, curious, a strong dizziness, a moment where your body felt completely off, and you paused, but then told yourself, it's probably nothing. That hesitation is where risk begins. Now imagine this. You're going through your day. Everything feels normal. Then suddenly, your body reacts. Your heart feels different. Your breathing changes. Your balance shifts. You feel something you can't ignore. But then, it reduces. It fades slightly, and your mind says, see, it's fine. So you continue. You move on. You forget. This is not what you think. Not every serious signal stays strong. Some come in waves. Some appear suddenly, then reduce. But that does not mean they are safe. Let me explain this simply. Think of your body like a system that protects you. When something is wrong, it alerts you. But your brain tries to keep things calm. It tries to avoid panic. So when a signal fades, you feel safe. But here's the truth. Relief does not always mean safety. Most people don't know this. They think, if it's gone, it's over. But sometimes, that moment was the warning. Now listen carefully. There are certain signs that should never be ignored. Not later, not tomorrow, now. One of them is sudden chest discomfort. Not always pain. Sometimes pressure, tightness, heaviness. Example, a sudden feeling in your chest that stops you for a moment. Reinforcement. Your chest is not a place to ignore signals. Another is difficulty breathing. Not from exercise, not from effort. Sudden. Example, you feel like you can't take a full breath. Reinforcement. Breathing changes matter. Another is sudden weakness, especially on one side. Example, your arm or leg feels different instantly. Reinforcement. Sudden changes are not random. Another is confusion, a brief moment where your mind feels off. Example, you can't focus or understand something simple. Reinforcement. Your brain is signaling. Another is severe dizziness, not light, strong. Example, you feel like you might lose balance. Reinforcement. Your system is not stable. Another is sudden vision change, blurred, dark, different. Example, your sight shifts unexpectedly. Reinforcement. Your vision reflects internal function. And another is intense discomfort anywhere unusual, something that feels different from anything before. Example, a strong, unfamiliar sensation. Reinforcement. New signals should never be ignored. Now pause. Have you ever felt something like this? Even once? Even briefly? Don't panic. But understand this. This is where it gets serious. Because these signals are not suggestions. They are warnings. And warnings require response. Let me tell you something important. I've seen people hesitate in these moments because they didn't want to overreact. And later, they wish they had acted sooner. And I've seen people act immediately and avoid something worse because timing matters. Now let's go deeper. Why does your body send urgent signals? Because something needs immediate attention, not adjustment, not gradual change. immediate attention. Your system is saying, I need help now. But your mind tries to delay. It tries to stay comfortable. And that conflict creates hesitation. This is where most people get it wrong. They trust comfort over signals. They trust delay over action. But here's the truth. It's better to check and be safe than ignore and regret. Now think about your behavior. If something sudden happens, what do you do? Do you pause and act, or do you wait and see? Because that decision matters more than you realize. Now let's talk about action. What should you do? Not panic, but respond immediately. First, recognize urgency. Not every signal is the same. Some require immediate attention. Reinforcement. Awareness saves time. Second, don't wait for repetition. One strong signal is enough. Reinforcement. You don't need confirmation. Third, seek help immediately, not later. Reinforcement. Timing changes outcomes. Fourth, trust your body. If something feels serious, it probably is. Reinforcement. Your body does not send urgent signals randomly. And one more thing. This is important. You don't need to be afraid. You need to be prepared, because preparation gives you control. Now let me calm something. If you've ever ignored a signal, it does not mean something bad will happen, but it does mean next time you should respond differently. Most people hesitate. You don't have to, because now you understand something critical. If this made you think differently, stay with me and share this with someone who says, I'll wait and see. Because sometimes waiting is the biggest risk of all.